Hello everyone, it's Kit from Kit Plays again, and today we're playing one of my favorite games from the Ace Attorney series. Actually, just the Ace Attorney series in general. Now, I did actually play the first game because it wasn't recording, so when you see that, it's because I actually baked this one. Or the first chapter, I should say, because this is part of the first game. This is on Steam right now, and it's got all 3 games. Play the first Turnabout. Yes. So I will replay this one with as much gusto as I did the first one. Damn it, why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. I've got to find someone to pin it on. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. Boy, I'm nervous. Right. Oh, hiya, Chief. Phew. Glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you, and your client as well. Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean like you knew the defendant before this case? Why'd I read like? There was no word like there. Yes. Actually, I kind of owe him... Nope. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out as much in any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over! My life, everything, it's all over. Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, it's him. Death! Despair! Oh, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna die. It sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. Nick. Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell them I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. What? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished. I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me who took my baby away. The person responsible for your girlfriend's death. The newspapers say it was you. You better not say that out loud. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. The first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butz. My best friend since grade school. The school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say, though, it's usually not his fault. It's just his terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That, and I owe him one. Which is why I took the case, to clear his name. And that's just what I'm gonna do. Court is now in session for the trial of Larry Butz.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. Handshaking. Eyesight fading. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them carefully and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. Larry. The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butz, Your Honor. Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me the victim's name. Phew, I know this one. I'm glad I read the case report cover to cover so many times. It's... wait. Uh-oh. No. No way. I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here. Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name. Oh, the victim... of course, I know the victim's name. I just forgot temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press tab to check it at any time, okay? Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. Mr. Wright, who's the victim in this case? Cindy Stone. The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Correct. Now, tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was hit with a blunt object. She was struck once by a blunt object. Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then. First, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne.
Yes, Your Honor.
As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was? The murder weapon was the statue, the thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim. I see. The court accepts it into its evidence. Statue added to the court record. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use tab to check the court record frequently. Okay. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness.
The prosecution calls defendant Butz to the stand.
Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh. Larry gets excited easy. This could be bad.
Mr. Butz, is it all true that the victim had recently dumped you?
Hey, watch it, buddy. We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Anthony. Oh, didn't they all die? I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me. Ever. What's it to you anyway?
Mr. Butz, that what you described is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the other day before the murder.
What do you mean, one of them? Lies, all of it, lies. I don't believe a word of it.
Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died.
Indeed, she appears to have returned the day before the murder. Dude, no way.
The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears she had several sugar daddies.
Daddies? Sugar?
Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle.
Dude.
We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butz, what do you think of her now?
Right.
I don't think you want him to answer that question.
Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I stop him from answering? My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to this case. Dude, Nick, what do you mean, irrelevant? That cheating she-dog. I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead. Yeah, when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm going to get to the bottom of this. Let's continue with the trial, shall we?
I believe the accuser's motive is clear to everyone.
Yes, quite. Wait, did we just prove that he didn't know that she... What? What motive? Oh boy, this is not looking good. I mean, yeah, I called her a she-dog, but only after the fact that, you know, we found out. Next question.
You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Well, did you or did you not?
Well, maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Oh, he went. What do I do? I'll send him a signal. Lie like a dog. Well, see, it's like this. I don't remember.
You don't remember? Well then, we'll just have to remind you.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
We have a witness that can prove you did go to the victim's apartment that day.
Well, that simplifies matters. Who's your witness?
The man who found the victim's body. Just before making the gruesome discovery, he saw this defendant fleeing the scene of the crime.
Order in the court. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is bad. Why is this happening?
On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sawyer to the stand.
I love that his head never actually moves.
Mr. Sawyer, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is this correct?
Oh, yes, newspapers, yes. Mr. Solid, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there. Oh, Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? Because you told him to lie like a dog! I can't defend you against a testimony like that.
Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working? Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building. Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout? Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sword used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. Noon to 6, okay. Now then, Mr. Wright. Yes, yes, Your Honor. You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination, Your Honor. Alright, right, this is it. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? Why, you expose the lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying? Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Okay. Open the court record with... Yeah, okay. Don't ruin my immersion with the tab button. So you didn't touch anything in the apartment? Yes, I mean, no, nothing. Okay, what happened next? Oh, wait a minute, okay, I know what happened. How did you know that? I don't think she died yet? Yeah, 'cause she died at 4.
Objection!
There we go. You found the body at 1 p.m. You sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death at sometime after 4 p.m. There was no body no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? I love his objection. This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time. No. After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Shard, why are you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.? Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. The
That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one, and their whole story falls apart. Oh wait, I remember now. Would you care to give your testimony again? I like how the judge in this one's actually smart. I kind of forgot he was a smart person. Because in all the other ones he's kind of goofy. The time of discovery. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a tape program. Yes, that's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. I see. You're saying the time on a taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Right. You know what to do. I've got this one. We just learned of this, the blackout.
Objection!
Hold it right there. The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. You couldn't have heard a television or a video. The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Shawit? No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite. Oh, wait, I remember now. Mr. Shawit, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. That and you seem rather distraught. My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been a shock of finding the body. Well, Mr. Shawit, let's hear your testimony once more, please. He's like, this is the last one I'm giving you, dude. Hearing the time. Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been when I saw it. You saw a clock. I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. Actually, oh, okay, he's just gonna... to my knowledge, I don't think it was a clock at this point in time. I mean, I know it is technically a clock.
Objection!
But, according to my court record, it's currently a statue. Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was the statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock? What? You with your objections and your evidence! Just who do you think you are? Phoenix Wright? Just answer the question, Mr. Shaw. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock. Your Honor, if I may. Yes, Mr. Penn. As the witness stated, the statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it, and it says time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies. I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with the testimony now? Yeah. Your Honor, there is a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand.
Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah? Prove it. Prove I was in there. I'll do better than that. I can prove you're the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Shawett, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon just spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture. Baseless? Just look at the witness's face. Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? That day, I never... Look, the clock, I heard no... I mean, I saw... Shut up, I hate you! It was him, I tell you, I saw him. He killed her and he should burn, give him death. Order in the court, I say. Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims. Mr. Wright. Your Honor, you claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? The whole case is riding on this. I better think it through carefully. Your Honor, the sound Mr. Shaw had heard was definitely this clock. In fact, it's simply clear if you examine... Nope. Try sounding the clock. Let's sound the clock now here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. Beep. I think it's 8:25. That certainly is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker after all. So, we've had the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:25. No. As you can see, the clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Shaw had heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Shaw, try to tuck your way out of this one. You forgot one thing? Uh-oh. What's he talking about now? Well, it may seem like the clock is running 3 hours slow. It proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case! Oh, he's right. How am I gonna prove that? Damn it, I was so close! Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. Yes, Your Honor. This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Shaw. I came all the way down here to testify, and look what happens! You treat me like a criminal, You lawyers are all slime. I almost had him. Sorry, Larry, I failed you. There's nothing I could do about it now. Not so fast, Mr. Shaw. Chief. Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away, not like this. Think.
But Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. No one can prove that.
Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason. And you'll have the proof. Right? Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow?
Yes.
Wait. Maybe I can't prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let them have it.
Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim?
Of course. There is a piece of evidence in the court record that could prove my claim beyond a doubt. Tough words, let's see you pull this one off. Let's see the evidence that proves why the clock was running 3 hours slow.
Take that!
Because time zones. The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her in the head, struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Saw It, or should I say Mr. Did It?
I just wanted to make that sound effect because I think that part's funny.
Order, I say.
Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness.
He, was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor.
Very well. Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor?
I have to say I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly and find the true culprit at the same time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butz, not guilty. And with that, this court is adjourned. It turns out that Frank Schott was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check out and see when people were out of the house. That day, whenever he went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Schott let himself do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Schott grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. Ew, I still can't believe I won!
Right, good job in there.
Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you.
Not at all, not at all. You fought your own battles in there.
It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel.
My life is over.
Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now?
Oh, Nick.
Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good. Wait, no! Wait, I mean, bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed.
But my Cindy Wendy's gone, man. Gone forever. Larry, she was a... Nah, never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butz, innocent. Thanks. I really owe you, hon. I won't forget this, ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner? Movie? My treat? Oh no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Oh, hey! Here, take this. It's a present. A present for me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Really? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that just make you want to cry? Larry. Are you so sure? Excuse me? I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay. Oh, I'm not just sympathizing. Really. Isn't that right? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him. Huh? Oh, yeah, right. What the heck's she talking about?
Take that!
Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her. Huh? What about that clock? This is a clock you made for her, Larry. And she took it with her when she traveled. Whatever, she probably just needed a clock, that's all. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, make of it what you will. Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks! Hope that made him feel a little better. Right? I hope you see the importance of the evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right? Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner? On me? We'll drink a toast to innocent Butz. Just the two of us? Yeah. Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him. Yeah, part, at least. You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks? Wait a minute. And so, my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends." But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us, unless you count the clock he gave me. I didn't know it back then. But that clock was soon going to be the center of another incident. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. And that is episode 1 of this. Probably is going to be a really long series because there's 3 games in here. So I just wanted to also add, sorry that I've been gone for so long. I'm actually in the middle of another move, and I'm pretty sure it's going to go a lot smoothly than what things have been going lately. Work's been going pretty good. Just wanted to let y'all know I'm doing well. And yeah, I'll actually be posting more Pokemon games too.
I'm going to try to do at least 2 of these a week. I might try for 3. Now that things are up and running, hopefully I can edit them just as quickly for you. I actually wanted this posted Monday. It might be being posted on Tuesday due to some time constraints. I'll probably post it after work, so you should be seeing this later in the day. Another thing I wanted to say is that you should probably check out Opium Pulses. They actually have a lot of cheap games that Steam and, you know, some other places have. If you don't like downloading games via, like, Steam and having another application open, like Origin or Epic Games or, you know, things like that, I would suggest trying Opium Pulses. I'll leave a link to them in the description. It's just one less thing you have to download, and then you get the keys. The keys for a lot cheaper. As for what keys they have, typically I've noticed they're almost all Steam keys. There are, I think, a few downloadable games just on there after you buy them. And how they do that is they wait for sales, and then they just buy them on sale days, and then they just have a whole bunch of keys for sale. So, and then they're able to resell the games cheaply on days that, you know, Steam doesn't have sales. So let's say you miss a sale and you're like, oh man, I wish I could have gotten it for $14.99. And, well, you might see it on Opium Pulses for just as cheap, if not cheaper, depending on when they picked it up. So yes, I'll leave that link in the description. Anyway, this is Kit from Kit Plays. I hope you all have a great day. See ya!